It's kind of funny how much outdoor living has just sort of quietly become such a big part of our lives. I mean, think about it, right? Your own balcony, maybe, or that busy restaurant patio, even those hotel lounges that kind of spill outdoors now. These spaces, they used to feel a bit extra, didn't they? Like an afterthought, but now they're really central. Seems niche, maybe? Just garden furniture. But what if I told you it's actually this massive, well, booming global industry? Have you ever stopped to think about the sheer scale of it all? The outdoor furniture and accessories market. Well, today, that's exactly what we're doing, a deep dive into the global outdoor furniture and accessories market. We're using the Global Outdoor Furniture Mart Growth and Trends report from Cognitive Market Research as our guide here. Think of this as your shortcut to understanding just how big this is, what's driving it, and, well, what it all means.
And it really is big. I mean, to just jump in with the scale, we're talking global sales revenue back in 2021 of over $21.7 billion. And it's forecast to grow pretty steadily to almost $27 billion by 2025. But then it really picks up steam, projected to hit a substantial $40.3 billion by 2033. That's a growth rate, a CAGR, of about 5.3%, which, shows really consistent expansion year on year globally. It's quite something.
Wow. Okay. $40 billion. That's a serious number. So beyond just, the economy growing, what's really pushing this? What are the key things making everyone want to live outside more?
Yeah, good question. The report highlights a few main drivers, and they kind of feed into each other. First, there's just this big rise in consumer interest in, well, lifestyle enhancement. People want better quality of life, and nice outdoor spaces are a huge part of that now. Second, linked to that is the desire for, bigger and better outdoor living areas. Not just homes, but public spaces too. And we're definitely seeing huge upgrades in hospitality hotels, restaurants, cafes, investing heavily in their outdoor appeal.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got commercial renovations worldwide. Businesses see the value in having nice outdoor spots for customers, even employees. So fundamentally, it reflects these bigger shifts in how we live, how we relax, socialize. More and more happens outdoors.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's a mix of personal desire and commercial investment. But that kind of growth, over $40 billion, it can't be happening evenly everywhere, right? Where's the action really concentrated? Where are the global hotspots for this boom?
Absolutely. The regional picture is really revealing. Asia Pacific, for instance, shows the highest potential. It's projected to basically double, more than double its market size, going from nearly $6 billion in 2021 up to over $12 billion by 2033. That's a CAGR over 6.1%.
Doubling. Wow.
Yeah. And within that, China is the clear leader. It's expected to grow from about $1.7 billion to well over $3.5 billion. Japan's also a big piece, nearly doubling its market too. But India is really interesting. It actually has the strongest growth rate, the highest KGR in the whole region. Its market is set to jump from around $655 million to over $1.5 billion. That's massive growth.
India really taking off there. What does that signal, do you think?
Well, it really points to that burgeoning middle class, investing heavily in home comfort, leisure, stuff we saw in other developing economies maybe a decade or so ago. And it's not just them. You see strong, consistent growth in South Korea, Australia, Singapore, Southeast Asia too. They all add up.
Okay, so Asia Pacific is clearly a powerhouse, but you mentioned hotspots, plural. Is South America another one?
That's right, yes. South America is also showing really strong momentum. The market there is growing from just over $1.4 billion in 2021 to nearly $2.75 billion predicted by 2033. Brazil is leading the way there, expected to almost double its share, hitting over $1 billion. But Argentina, Colombia, they're also significant contributors. And you see steady growth in Peru, Chile. It's quite widespread across the continent.
Right, so strong growth in developing and emerging markets. What about the, let's say, more established regions? North America, Europe, are they kind of saturated or still growing?
They're definitely what you'd call mature markets, but still growing pretty significantly, not plateauing at all. Take North America.
Yeah.
Huge market value already. It goes from over $7.5 billion in 2021 to a projected $13.1 billion by 2033.
Still nearly doubling then, even from that base.
Exactly. And the U.S. is the main engine there, jumping from almost $5.8 billion to over $10 billion on its own. Canada and Mexico also add quite a bit to that, hundreds of millions each over the forecast period.
Okay, and Europe, similar story. Established but growing.
Very similar, yes. Europe's sales were close to $4.9 billion back in 2021, projected to reach almost $8.6 billion by 2033. Germany is a key player, growing from just over $1 billion to nearly $1.9 billion. The UK and France are also major contributors, both heading towards or past the $1 billion mark. And you see some really impressive progress in places like Italy, Russia, and Spain, too. They're all looking at really strong growth, maybe, 70% or more over the next decade.
70%. Wow.
Yeah, and then healthy growth in places like Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, Luxembourg.
Yeah.
So pretty broad base there, too.
This really paints a picture of, well, almost universal expansion. It's fascinating how consistent it is. We haven't really touched on the Middle East and Africa much. Are they part of this trend too?
Oh, absolutely. Further proof it's a truly global phenomenon. The Middle East market, valued around $1.2 billion in 2021, is estimated to hit over $2.3 billion by 2033. Saudi Arabia leads in that region, but you see significant growth in Turkey and the UAE as well, Egypt, Qatar, others showing strong momentum too. And Africa, while starting from a smaller base, around $739 million in 2021, is expected to nearly double, reaching almost $1.4 billion by 2033. South Africa is the leader there, but Nigeria is showing particularly strong growth, projected to cross $200 million.
Okay, so we've gone around the globe, seen the numbers. They're impressive. But let's connect the dots. What does all this actually mean for you, for us, for how we live our lives? It feels like more than just, buying a new deck chair.
Right, that's the so what,
Yeah.
isn't it? And I think it points to this really pervasive global shift towards embracing and actively enhancing our outdoor lifestyles. It's partly about aspiration, sure, but it's also driven by practical things like urbanization. Denser cities mean people crave efficient, appealing outdoor spaces, even tiny balconies or shared rooftops.
Like all those rooftop bars popping up everywhere.
Exactly. Or how new apartment buildings always advertise their communal gardens or terraces. It's a premium feature now. So this whole market reflects a general move towards, you could call it premium leisure living, whether that's at home, in parks, restaurants, hotels. It really highlights how much people are prioritizing well-being, relaxation, trying to maximize every bit of space they have.
And does that have knock-on effects beyond just furniture sales?
Oh, definitely. Think about property values. A nice garden or patio adds real value now. Think about urban planning, more pedestrian zones, more public squares with seating. Architectural design is changing too. And even materials science, right? We need better, more durable, weather-resistant, but still good-looking materials for all this outdoor stuff. It spurs innovation.
Okay, so wrapping this up then. The global outdoor furniture and accessories market, it's big, it's growing strongly everywhere, heading towards that $40 billion mark within a decade. We've got Asia Pacific, South America as real hotspots. But North America, Europe, they're still major growing players. Even the Middle East and Africa are solidly in the game.
Exactly. And the core reasons seem pretty enduring. That desire for lifestyle enhancement, wanting better outdoor spaces, plus the constant upgrades in hospitality and commercial sectors, all amplified by urbanization. These forces aren't really going away. They'll likely keep shaping this market, making our environments, well, more comfortable, more social, more connected to the outdoors.
It leaves you with something to think about, doesn't it? If our patios, our balconies, our public squares are becoming these genuine extensions of our indoor lives, our businesses, what does that really tell us? What does it say about our evolving relationship with, well, nature maybe, with comfort, even how we build communities? Maybe the next time you're sitting outside somewhere, a park bench, a cafe terrace, just take a second look. You might see those bigger global trends reflected right there. Have you ever stopped and thought about how our homes, well, how they've really expanded, like
Yeah.
way beyond the actual walls? It's not just about the living room or the kitchen anymore. Our patios, balconies, even, simple backyards, they've become such key parts of how we live. So today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that transformation. We're looking at the whole dynamic landscape of the outdoor furniture and accessories market. And we've got some really fascinating insights guiding us specifically from cognitive market research. We're aiming to unpack what's really driving this market, what obstacles it's hitting, and the really cool innovations shaping where it's headed. So this is really for anyone curious about how we live and socialize and just, well, relax in those outdoor spaces.
It really is more than just, a passing trend, isn't it? What's really interesting here, I think, is how this market isn't just about utility anymore. It's not just a table and chairs. It taps into this bigger shift, this desire for experiences, for well-being. Homes are becoming these personal retreats that stretch right out into nature. And the data from cognitive market research, it really helps us get a handle on not just what's going on, but why it matters so much to people and to businesses too.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. What's really propelling the outdoor furniture market forward? Like, what are the main engines here? I mean, the first thing that jumps out is just this huge demand for outdoor living areas. You see it everywhere. Patios, rooftops, balconies, backyards. They're not just patches of green, they're becoming like proper living rooms, dining rooms
Yeah,
even.
fully functional spaces.
Exactly. And it's not by chance, right? It feels like it's driven by this bigger move towards wellness lifestyles, more
Yeah.
entertaining outside, socializing in the open air. People aren't just buying a bench, they're investing in a whole vibe. They want, those big, comfy, modular sofas, fire pits as gathering spots, chic dining sets. It seems homeowners, urban or suburban, they really see that outdoor space as just another room of the house, a vital one.
That's a great way to put it, blurring the lines between inside and out. And what's fascinating is how these trends, they go beyond just individual homes.
Yeah.
Think about the hospitality sector resorts, hotels, cafes, restaurants. They're putting serious money into their outdoor
Wow,
areas.
absolutely. You see amazing outdoor lounges now.
Exactly. High-end lounges, garden dining setups, really inviting poolside furniture. They get the atmosphere, the look and feel. That's huge for their brand,
Hmm.
for the customer experience.
Especially with tourism bouncing back.
Precisely. With global tourism picking up steam again, these places are competing hard on how luxurious and comfortable their outdoor offerings feel. It's a real
Hmm.
differentiator. And another big piece of the puzzle is rising wealth and sort of linked to that, property development, especially in emerging economies. So you have more consumer spending power, more real estate growth, and that naturally feeds into wanting to invest more in home decor, both inside and out. Outdoor furniture, it's becoming a bit of a lifestyle statement now, wouldn't you say? From luxury villas to, even modest high-rise balconies.
Yeah, definitely a status symbol in some ways. But look, it's not all sunshine and patio parties, is it? There must be challenges. What's kind of holding this market back?
Oh, for sure. You're absolutely right. It's not a completely smooth path. One of the biggest things, something you hear from consumers quite a bit is, well, the weather and concerns about durability.
Right, that makes
I
sense.
mean, this furniture sits out in the sun, the rain, humidity, sometimes freezing cold.
Yeah.
So people hesitate. They worry. Is this expensive piece going to fade or crack or rust after just a season or two?
Yeah, nobody wants that.
So manufacturers, they have to use really durable materials. Things like teak, which is naturally oily and resistant, but pricey. Or advanced stuff like resin wicker, which looks natural but is actually UV-stabilized plastic. Or powder-coated aluminum for strength without the weight.
And those specialized materials, they obviously add to the cost.
They do. They require specific engineering, specific processes.
Yeah.
Take that powder-coated aluminum, great for modular designs. But the coating process itself has environmental considerations, adding complexity and, yeah, cost.
Which leads straight into the next hurdle, doesn't it? The high cost of the really good stuff.
Exactly.
Those ergonomic designs, the special weatherproof fabrics, sustainable sourcing, it all adds up. And that price tag, it can be a real barrier, especially for maybe middle or lower income families or in developing countries.
It definitely segments the market, yeah.
Yep.
It can make the most durable, most sustainable options feel pretty exclusive, unfortunately.
Creates a bit of a disconnect.
It does. And then, sort of broadening out again, you've got the whole issue of fluctuating raw material prices and supply chain headaches.
Yeah, that's been huge everywhere.
Absolutely. The prices for wood, aluminum, textiles, plastics, they can be really volatile. Geopolitical issues, shipping delays, even natural disasters messing things up.
And that hits availability and affordability.
Both. Big time. It means things cost more, and sometimes you just can't get them when you want them. Imagine planning your perfect patio, and the sofa pieces you picked are back-ordered for months because of some material shortage somewhere else. That really impacts customer satisfaction.
Okay, so there are definitely some significant headwinds, but despite all that, this market seems incredibly dynamic. It's buzzing with innovation, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's far from stagnant.
And this is where it gets really interesting, I think. There's this massive push towards sustainability, eco-friendly designs.
Yes, that's a huge trend.
It feels like consumers aren't just saying they care anymore, they're actually choosing products based on it. They're looking for recycled materials like plastics pulled from the ocean or wood with that FSC certification
Responsibly managed forests.
or even biodegradable fabrics. And brands are definitely responding. You see whole green product lines popping up. Companies are getting certifications like LED or FSC to appeal to that environmentally conscious buyer.
It's smart business now, as well as being the right thing to do. And what's really cool is how this sustainability focus kind of links up with making outdoor spaces smarter and more personal.
Ah, okay. How so?
Well, we're seeing this rise of smart and multifunctional furniture. Think about like solar-powered coffee
Charge
tables.
your phone while you relax.
Exactly. Or benches with outdoor speakers built right in. Or garden loungers with integrated LED lighting for ambiance at night.
Wow. Okay.
And especially for people in cities where space is tight, modular stuff is huge. Foldable pieces, things you can rearrange easily for different uses, lounging one day, dining the next.
Makes sense. Efficiency is key.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's all about making outdoor living smarter, sleeker, more efficient. And then there's the whole personalization angle,
Yeah.
hyper-customization.
People wanting it to reflect their style, right?
Totally. Not just picking a set from a catalog. They want specific colors, finishes, fabric textures. They want modular layouts that fit their exact space and needs.
So how are companies delivering that?
Well, technology is playing a big role. Digital tools online, configuration apps, even augmented reality AR apps where you can use your phone to actually see how that sofa or chair will look in your backyard before you buy it.
That's pretty cool. It takes the guesswork out.
It really does. It helps ensure you get exactly what you envisioned.
So wrapping this up, this deep dive really paints a picture of a market that's incredibly dynamic. It's evolving fast, driven by how we want to live outdoors, boosted by some really neat technology, and now increasingly shaped by sustainability.
Hmm.
It feels like this industry isn't just selling tables and chairs anymore. It's genuinely changing how we live and interact with the space just outside our doors.
Indeed. It really is transforming things. We've touched on furniture as a lifestyle statement, as, an extension of the smart home, even as a commitment to being greener. So maybe a final thought for you listening. Think about your own outdoor space, or maybe a public park or cafe patio you like. How might these trends, smart tech, sustainability, personalization, how might they change your experience in those spaces in the future? What new possibilities open up?